Last time on Shadow Piece, the first semi-final, the battle between the Prince of Elbaf Loki and the Sin of Pride Hyrule has started. Hyrule planned to finish this bout quickly and not offer Loki any opportunities for some sort of trickery, but it was not possible for him. With his odd dance, Loki summons his 4 other versions to join the battle, but first he had to listen to their complaints. As the user of the awakened shift fruit, Loki is capable of shifting around many things. Most basic, the size of his body, or his own position. To move other people, he either has to surprise them or just be stronger in the Haki department. The point where this devil fruit gets really crazy is its awakening. Not only does this fruit confirm the existence of a one-piece multiverse, but an awakened user can even bring or get brought to a different parallel universe. Obviously that means that not every user is Loki, there are infinite possibilities, and only the awakened people can interact with each other. As stated by Fleet Admiral Loki, our chubby Loki may be awakened, but he still is one of the weakest versions of them, and when summoned the other versions are limited to only the stats the version born in that universe has. However, no matter how or what the other Lokis call our prince, in comparison to the other people in this universe, he actually isn't all that weak. He actually is quite strong. That just shows how strong the Loki gang is. And in a 5 vs 1, everybody would struggle at this level of a combat session. Hyrule is at the receiving end of countless attacks. Parrying and countering from time to time is all he can currently do. And yet, he doesn't despair. His heart is strong, and so is his body, and together with his brain he can still see the light of victory. The giant juggernaut receives more and more damage, but he also sees the fatigue on the Lokis. Exchange after exchange, their fists clash against each other time and time again, until something clicks in his brain. A hearty laugh leaves his stomach. He already got what he wanted from Maria, but at the start he got additional information from one of the Lokis he just now understood. Be it because they underestimated him or because they thought he wouldn't hear them, it doesn't matter why, but he heard them loud and clear. The strength of the other Lokis can only be as high as the chubby Lokis, and now it has become even more apparent that means the stats Loki has in this very moment. So every time he gets hit or exhausts himself by attacking, the maximum output decreases more and more. All of them are linked to the stamina of the main Loki. So it actually is right, attacking only the main Loki is the best solution. Even back in Bronya's fight, she made exactly the right decision. Well, but the Lokis should obviously know that fact as well. So that's why they are making sure to only use the main body when completely necessary or for some sort of big damage. With that in mind, Hyrule can maybe even keep his new trump card he got during the 1 hour break hidden. The time has come. Hyrule starts using a more potent form of armament haki. The tank that he is, he just charges headfirst towards chubby Loki. This maneuver catches his opposition off guard. It almost seems to be a brain-dead decision, but sometimes the most simplistic answer is the best. He closes in, only seeing the shocked expression of Prince Loki as he grapples him into a firm hold. Even the audience doesn't know what will happen next. Grappling is by no means dishonorable or against the rules, but normally it is hard to achieve and the downsides outweigh the positives. Just the difference in physique and strength is enough for the Sin of Pride to dominate him. It almost seems like a hostage situation, with Hyrule quickly pulling Loki along to the edge of the arena. With their full power, they could easily dissolve the situation, but as they are now, it would just leave them open for some sort of big attack. But they also can't just watch as the prince gets dragged and receives gut punch after gut punch at every opportunity. Their stamina keeps on decreasing. Just a small window is all they need, but then the tough giant is about to do the unthinkable. That unthinkable thing being using the rules for his benefit, swiftly changing the grip of his grapple and picking up Loki completely into the air. Massive as he is, he starts arching his back and uses his whole body weight for even more power, planting Loki into the ground. This is the Elbaf suplex. The arena cracks under the pressure and Hyrule jumps away. The edge he just drove his opponent into cleanly separated from the arena. Loki is trying desperately to free himself from the ground, but Hyrule stuck him in there in an almost impossible to free method. Only a second more and he will crash onto the ground outside the arena, resulting in a ring out and Hyrule's victory. But the Lokis can't allow that. Loki, the king of the New World, activates his own abilities and shifts himself into Chubby Loki's position. Next time be more careful, other me, but as a true king, it is only natural that I sacrifice myself for the greater good. Making it seem like he is about to die, King Loki takes over our Loki's position, freeing him in exchange for his own loss. As he touches the ground, the people cheer for Hyrodine but are still confused on what it means for the outcome of this battle. As always, they look at their leader when they don't know the answer, and Odin himself is also somewhat left baffled. All he can say is, "Loki who fell, you have hereby lost and are not allowed to participate in the fight anymore. You fought well, but now your time has come to an end." The Loki that just lost smiles. This is a smile with deep meaning. He hasn't heard his father's voice in a really long time already. Every universe is different. Everybody has a different history. In his version of the world government attacked Elbaf and left it completely destroyed. Most of the giants and he as well grew up as slave warriors for the celestial dragons, until finally a Red Sea bream fishman saved him and some other captured slaves. Never again did he meet that red fishman, but he swore that he would take his words to heart and make this world a better place, all while also working on his own goals. Over the years, he freed islands from pirates, bandits, and the world government, until one day he became the one true king of the entire new world. With that method, at least one part of the world finally experienced true peace. And nobody dared to offend King Loki. That is just how powerful he was. He ruled with justice that kept everyone safe and happy. However, even with the entire new world under his palm, he did not achieve his actual goal. Now that he lost permission to fight in the Winter Solstice Festival tournament, all he can do is cheer on the Lokis left on the arena. And King knows when to and when not to interfere. The yet to be introduced Loki clicks his tongue. As only their bodies are summoned, they don't have their respective weapons, which obviously further decreases their fighting power. Losing even one of them will have great consequences, so he has to act fast. Bounty Loki, go into attack with me. Fleet Admiral, protect the chubby baby. That's your forte to begin with. Calling Prince Loki a baby doesn't make any sense, as all of them have the exact same age, but just when you look at their mental developments, it is probably a fair call-out. Bounty Hunter Loki takes the lead, as he charges at Hyrodine, who is still standing at the edge of the battlefield. Full body armament Haki takes over his body, showing his incredibly prowess in that form of Haki. His hand is open but clenched together, and with one smooth movement, a blast like the ones from swords gets sent towards the member of the Fleet of Death. All he needs to block that impromptu no-sword style attack is swatted away with his own fist. But surprise! Suddenly, out of nowhere, the underintroduced Loki is right in front of him, holding his hand in a similar open but clenched method. He doesn't have enough space for a comparable blade technique. What does he plan to do? This happened in a mere fraction of a moment. Nowhere enough time for Hyrodine to react. The open hand shifts in a closed fist, and even though the body part isn't touching him, he feels a sudden and deep destruction in his stomach. This 1-inch punch left an indent on his body that would never disappear again. Even in this incredibly weakened state, the unnamed Loki managed to scar his opponent with a simple but devastating punch. Hyrodine coughs up more blood. Even without being touched physically, he can be hurt. This is just like the Ryu technique the samurai of Wano used on him during their training bouts while he stayed on their island. He can't help himself but laugh again before thinking to himself, "It is time to change once more, Hyrodine. Think back to all of your past battles, surpass all of your opponents, and then yourself become an individual deserving of the title Sin of Pride." Chubby Loki actually gets scared from the lunatic-like behavior of the giant warrior in front of him. Nobody with a working mind would enjoy all of the pain he has to have received over the course of this battle. And yet, here he is laughing and smiling like a... He shivers at the thought, like a true demon from hell. His fear only gets deeper when Hyrodine stands up straight, looking him directly into the eyes and shouting, "I am weak, but weakness can be overcome. Your cowardice cannot. Prince Loki, all I need is one punch for each of you and then this is finished." After a declaration from the ultimate pirate warrior, the first semi-final is getting heated. Prepare yourself for a monstrous clash in the next episode of Shadow Piece. Because this is everything from me for today. I hope you enjoyed it. This battle is really getting hot. Even though one of the Lokis already got disqualified and this is actually the new world king. I thought that this guy would have survived a bit longer, but he was the one to sacrifice, so we cannot really say that he lost because he was weak. So all of these fighters still in there. Bounty Hunter Loki, this mysterious Loki, and the Fleet Admiral, and obviously also our Prince. All of them are going to continue fighting against Tyradine. This battle is going to continue for a bit longer. I hope you look forward to that. But that's all from me for today. All that's left to be said is stay happy, stay healthy, and most importantly, stay cultured. Pyro out. Bye!